Hello. Yeah, hi everyone. I am Venkatesh. My session is on point of sale malware. It's a POS malware. Okay. So what is POS? POS is where transaction is completed. It is the place at which a customer pays money to the merchant directly by using a credit card or debit card. Okay. So when we go to retail stores, we will give the card, then they will swipe it, then transaction will be done, we will get the goods. That is what POS is. It means that that POS using the terminal, that swipe machine, that checkout is not a prerequisite of the POS. But anything which is entering the credit card or debit card information into the system and getting the transaction done and getting the goods is a POS. Okay, you can see different types of POS terminals that we find it in real life. This is the one. This is the one we insert. One is we swipe. This is the cash registers. We will find it in shopping malls. And this is a tab-based POS. Some integrated POS is integrated to that embedded device. Sorry. And this is MPOS that Apple has this facility that embedded chip will be added to that will act as a POS that will read that card data. Okay. So to do transaction we need some terminal device or a system and we need a card. So you can see that the physical data which is appearing, I would like to show what is appearing in the credit card or debit card when you see. See, when you see the credit card, that you can see a company logo. This is my HDFC credit card. Company logo is there, hologram is there, a chip is embedded to that, and 16-digit credit card number is there. That in that first four digits represents a bank, which bank are you belonging to. Then first digit represents a bank identity. This is complete branch identity, first four digits. And the last digit is the checksum that will check for whether your card is genuine or not. So there itself it will check it, that POS terminal itself it will check it that it is a genuine card number or not. It has some mathematical algorithm that is Luhn's algorithm, LUHN. It's some mathematical algorithm. And you can check valid through and name of the person and branding, MasterCard or Visa card like that, card branding. These things you can find it in the front side. Okay, when you see in the back side, you will see, this is my ICICI. I am from ICICI. You can see again CVV number is there. That will show that card verification value. That will show that it is again same. It is valid card or not. But it will be useful when we are doing some online transactions. At that time, it will ask for that. And there is a signing thing. There we will sign for that. And you can see, you can observe in the top black shade is there. That is what magnetic stripe reader. So when we swipe the machine in the checkout, that will read the data, that whatever it is appearing in the front and back, that has that magnetic stripe reader has the same information which is not encrypted, which is directly taken by POS system. See, when you observe three tracks are there, track 1 represents card number, and after that person name, cardholder name, and expiry date will be there. In the track 2, the same CVV number and things are there. Track 3 is of loyalty schemes, some other purpose that won't be taken by a POS terminal. So where we use this POS in all areas, every area nowadays we are using this in retail industry, hair salons, restaurants, food services, everywhere we are using this one. Liquor stores, everywhere. So what is POS architecture? So a POS is a terminal is that which is appearing in front of the customer. It is in the background. It is directly connected to the acquirer bank, that is merchant's bank. Okay, this is one-way scenario. It can be, and if you go to Spencer's or some retailer stores, there you can find multiple POS systems. There cash registers are there multiple. So those are connected to backend through the switch to the back of house server. From there it will connect to the bank, that merchant's bank, acquirer bank. And other thing is this is at multiple locations having the same shopping mall like that. So you can see all are connected to the back of server of those stores. From there to internal WAN, from there to external network. Okay, this is how architecture of the POS is. Okay, so how the way POS authorization will happen. So when we swipe the card in a POS terminal, it will take that data from the magnetic stripe reader and it will send to the payment application which has in their store. From that application, it will go to the payment through the gateway. It will go to the payment processor. That payment processor will decide that where to go it one. If it is a credit card, suppose merchant might have many banks. So if it is a credit card swiping, then it will go to the some other bank. It is debit card swiping, it will go to some other bank. Like that, payment processor will decide that where to go, and then it will go to the acquirer bank. Then that acquirer will forward this one to the issuer bank through the help of card branding, Visa, like that. So it will go to the issuer bank and issuer will check that whether he is a genuine customer or not, whether he has that much amount or not. If it is a debit card, you should check for he has money or not. And if it is a credit card, he has that much limit or not, like that. Okay, so this is how POS authorization will work. And the next is settlement. So how the way settlement will be done? So it has checked that it is working fine, means everything is good. He has authorized to do this transaction. Now the POS system will send the request to the payment processor that please approve it and deduct the money from that. Then the same message will go to the acquirer bank, and bank claims that issuer bank through the payment branch. From there it will check that it will deduct from the customer money and it will send the money to the merchant's bank. In this way settlement will happen. So now key vulnerability areas in a POS system. So this is what happening, this is how the scenario works. Now let's check what is the security loopholes can exist in this scenario. One is a POS terminal is there. In it is reading the memory. There may be the 4 ways the vulnerabilities are there. One is data in rest. Like in the hard disk, it will be in rest position, like that. Means hard disk, some other areas, temporary locations, those temp files like that. Those are vulnerable to vulnerabilities. There can be a vulnerability. And data in memory, in the RAM, that is there can be a vulnerability. And data in transit, means data is that information, credit card or debit card information is transferring from here to acquirer bank, from there to like that it is going in the network. So there may be a network sniffing things are there. So there may be vulnerabilities are there, and application code that which has implemented by their store people to access the accounts and everything. So that might have code vulnerabilities and configuration errors like that. So what is POS malware? This is a highly customized malware especially designed to attack the POS systems. So how the way it will attack? First, the attacker will enter into the network of the retail stores or anything which has been POS implementation. From there, it will start attacking on the POS machine. There he will plant a malware. From there, he started sniffing or memory dump, key logging, anything. He will do the things and he will aggregate those data, whatever he got it. And then he start exfiltrating that data to the attacker. This is what steps involved in the POS malware. So till now I'm talking about what is POS and what are the things can happen like that. Why we are more stressing on this POS malware? Just because these attacks. These are happening last 2 years onwards continuously. See, the Home Depot, these retail stores has hacked and 56 million